So this is my friend Zen, and I'm James and the Juice, and we are talking about why young men are so fucked up, aren't we?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's going to be the discussion.
yes.
Exactly.
And I know you guys know this. I know you don't like to admit it, but you know it. And so if you're down enough in your life, if you feel stuck enough in your life, then you're gonna want to watch this, right, Zen?
I think so. You've been a coach for 30 years now?
I've been a coach for a while, but I've been in men's groups for 30
Oh, I
years,
see.
talking to other men about money, about women, about
Life,
life.
about fast cars and
And
and eating ramen noodles.
now he knows about fast cars. He used to be in the demolition derby. Now you
Oh,
guys probably don't know what this is because it's we people go around in a figure eight on a racetrack and crash into each other. But tell them, Zen.
but yeah, so it's not fast. In fact, what they do is they muddy the track. It's a dirt track, and basically, I didn't do so much of the figure eight, but just the open demolition derby where you're basically driving in reverse trying to smash into the other guy's radiator.
Right. You
That's the
smash
object.
into him with your trunk, the back of the car,
Yeah,
so that you can keep smashing into other guys later and you don't screw up your engine.
right.
Yeah.
And you have to have a running car. If your car dies, you're out.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And so the last man standing he's the one
Yeah.
or she, because the first demolition derby I went to,
No way.
it was down to two cars, and they were struggling to get to each other. Finally, they match up.
Yeah.
They're smacking each other,
Yeah.
and the black car, you're wearing a helmet,
Yeah.
and you only have a little bit of gas in the car because you just don't want to spill it all over the place.
Yeah. That
So
makes sense,
so
yeah.
they and your windshield's popped out.
Nice.
That's there's no glass to be
The wind,
thrown.
the wind
thrown
in your hair.
Yes, the wind in your hair.
Yeah.
And so we watched them fight for a while, and finally the black car just died. And this is out in the country, out in Manassas, Virginia.
Yeah.
And the person gets out of the black car, know that they lost,
Yeah.
takes their helmet off, and out spills this red hair. And this
Whoa.
woman was gorgeous, drop
Yeah.
dead gorgeous,
Yeah.
and threw her helmet against the. She stepped out of the car by stepping onto her own hood, and threw her helmet,
Ah.
and as one, the entire bleacher section rose up and went, "Oh yeah!" It was great.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is.
It makes your hair stand up right now just talking
thinking
about it.
Yeah, yeah. So demolition derby wasn't as dangerous as it might sound. I mean, you're basically protected, and the car's already beat up
Yeah,
and
yeah.
screwed up.
Well,
and-
now they do that on the interstate.
yeah,
And I know
yeah.
you guys do on the interstate because you run me off the road. But hey, I'm not holding that against you. I'm not holding it against you.
Yeah.
Well, so part of the reason that Zen and I are experts, he's been married for many years and a demolition derby veteran, so he's got to be an expert on happiness, right?
That is
Huh?
that is it. As a matter of fact, after demolition derby, what happens is you drive down the regular road, knowing what it's like to hit. I could hit you just like that, but you don't.
Yeah.
But the feeling is like it's powerful, but it's
Yeah.
also restrained power, and
Yeah.
it just feels good to know.
So
That-
you've
that
got the power,
asshole-
but you're holding it in
Yeah.
just for the right guy maybe later.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But married, yeah, absolutely.
so you've been
and in love.
and in
Hi,
love.
Helen.
So he's in love and married. See that? Yeah. Did you guys hear that? Are you listening? That's good.
Yes.
And I've done a lot of happiness studies, so I know a lot of statistics about happiness for people in general.
You're a smart guy.
Well, I used to teach you guys in college.
Nice.
15 years teaching young men in first year
Listen to
university.
him. Listen to him. He knows what he's talking about.
Oh, watch out!
You know what I'm saying?
No, there's two baby boomers shaking their fingers at you. That means you need to listen. All right?
Listen up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not really, but anyway.
Right.
So women are doing better than men.
I believe
So
it.
I'm just going to describe you guys in terms of the women right now. The women are in college are doing better, I know, because I've taught them. They're buying more houses and cars than you guys. I know you don't believe this, but look it up.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're making more money. They're happier and less angry than men,
Wow.
and they're leaving the dating apps. This is going to be terrible news for most of you, I know, but they're leaving the dating apps and they're going off without you. 28% of men are looking for other. No, I'm sorry. 28% of women are looking for men on dating apps. 61% of men are looking for women.
Ooh.
That's
Ooh.
bad.
Well, that's a ratio that
2 to
isn't
1.
good for the men.
It's 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Yeah, and so if you're not like
Wow.
over 6 feet tall, over $100,000 a year,
Have your own gym.
no pimples, yeah, have your own gym,
Yeah.
you got no hemorrhoids, and you're good looking, you might get one, maybe.
Neither of us are good looking, no. But
Well, we
we're
were
happy
in our day. In our day,
oh,
we
that's
were.
true. When I was younger, I wasn't that ugly.
Yeah, like when I was your age, you guys are in your 20s or 30s. You're, yeah, I was young at one time. So anyway,
wow,
what
that's
what is up
interesting.
with all these statistics of guys doing so bad out there? What is it like? Are they all stuck in their parents' basement or what?
Yeah. Playing video games, Call of Duty. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here, I'm playing a game. I'm living. No, I'm not. I'm moving my thumbs.
Okay, I got a confession here.
Okay.
I used to play video games
Mm-hmm.
when I was in my 30s. Now it's not young. I started in my 30s
Right.
with combat World War II
Mm-hmm.
fighter pilot
Okay.
stuff
Yeah.
because I had a friend who was really into it, and it was all 3D, so it was cool. You go in this room and you're flying all around, and people are shooting at you, and you could shoot at them. But I didn't make it my whole life. I had other things going on, like a wife and kids, and God knows what else is going.
Yeah.
Teaching. So
I did video games too.
you did?
I was mostly Call of Duty and the war
wait
games.
a minute. You played Call of Duty?
Oh hell yes!
Oh, for Christ's sake!
I was
Sam.
born to snipe. Are you kidding? One shot, one kill, bro.
Oh my God! I
Well,
can't
but
believe
the
it.
thing is that the interaction between my teammates became a lot of my life.
Yeah.
Too much of my life. I mean,
Yeah.
I would get on at all kinds of hours because some of them were in Australia.
Yeah, and you chat with them, you type on your computer,
Yes,
all
or
that,
just
yeah.
talk to them directly.
Oh yeah,
have the
right,
mic.
right.
Yeah, and it was a vacuous kind of existence.
So how do you? Yeah, and what do you mean vacuous, like empty? What do you mean by that exactly?
So even though I felt like I knew these people and maybe I cared and
Mhm.
maybe they cared for me, but we weren't in the same world.
Mhm.
I mean, we were in this mock world.
Right.
And so when I wasn't playing, when I had no access to them. I couldn't call them up and say, "Hey, dude, how's your mom?" Or anything like that.
Right.
It was a limited kind of, I'll say,
It was all
friendship.
about Call of Duty, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
When
it
we
wasn't
go- when
like
you gonna play?
it wasn't like have you been to the beach lately?
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It lacked a level of life that
Yeah.
just being in a room with another human.
It's out there.
And I enjoyed it. I mean, it's dopamine hit after okay, man, we got the flag. We're gonna take it. Okay, blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah.
And there was humor and there was life and there was fun, but it just wasn't full. It wasn't rich.
Yeah. And I'm going to say I get it because I enjoyed my combat flying and I
Mhm.
enjoyed talking with people in other countries and kind of,
Sure.
experiencing all this together. But it is only an addition to life, but
Right.
it's not life.
Right.
Because what are you going to do? I mean, okay, so if you go back, I know Jen and I are baby boomers, so we're older than you guys are. But back in the 70s, they say that a lot of people that grew up in the 70s, they didn't have their parents hovering over them and like structuring their playtime and their
Right.
sports and their school and driving them everywhere. We just did whatever we want. I rode my bike all over Miami. And we came in at dark, and stopped playing football or whatever we were doing. We were out all the time with other people.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that that's the end all be all, but they say that later on, when you become an adult, after that kind of childhood, what happens is you are you're more easy inside. You're more well adjusted. You're socially muscular. You're
Ooh, I like.
huh?
Oh, I'm socially
Yes,
muscular.
yes,
Hey,
yes.
take that, baby.
Yeah, so here's the deal. You guys are working out all the time, and I work out too. I lift weights.
Nah, I
But
don't
but
work
no,
out.
but check it out. If you are not muscular in terms of the way you communicate with people, especially women, if you want to have someone to love you, if you feel completely nervous all the time and weak inside, it doesn't matter how much muscles you have, right?
Right, right.
You know?
Yeah, you haven't developed your emotional muscles,
Yeah.
your interactive muscles, your communicative skills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you can see we could talk for days here. Look at us, you
yeah,
know.
I know.
Yeah, we're good
And
at
we
it.
are.
And we are. And we have.
We laugh a lot because life is good.
Yeah, it's
You know,
fu-
it
you know.
really is.
And actually another thing is this is a big one with women, right? Zen, I
Okay.
gotta tell you. So let's say you're out with a woman on a date, right? It doesn't have to be your first date or your third, whatever. You're out with
Right.
them, and you see something that somebody's doing that's either dumb or absurd
Somebody
or
meaning
doesn't make sense at
the
all.
person that you're trying a date
Yeah,
with.
no, you're with them.
Oh,
You're with
okay.
them,
Yeah.
and you see something, and then you go, "Wow, look at that! Isn't that strange?" That makes me laugh. You know why that's funny? It's funny because, and then the other person goes, "Yeah, it is funny. You're right," and you both laugh together. That's
Yeah.
what you want with a woman. That's what you want with any kind of partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be able to do that.
There's got to be that chemistry. The thing is that I when I first got to Asheville 20 years ago, I tried dating
Yeah,
because I was single, and of course now I'm like 48, so but still, so tried a dating app, and I met up with this woman, and we went out to did the safe thing, went to a dinner place to eat together, and she was just to me so incurious and so uninteresting that about the time we were just starting into our meal, we did all ordered, that I said, we're not getting along, right? She goes, yeah, this isn't going to work. And
incurious.
yeah, and so we had the best time.
Oh, after that.
After that, it was lovely because then that pressure, that's the thing about dating. There's that pressure to be something you're not. And I tell you, to me, be yourself. Lets other people or your person you're interested in be themselves, and maybe reveal something about you that that is dubious or isn't
Less than perfect.
less than perfect.
Yeah, it's okay.
Isn't trying to impress.
Yeah. It's okay to be less than perfect. Look at my face. See?
You're so cute.
I know. I'm very cute. So, yeah, it's like you've heard, I know that people have told you this, you have to be, yeah, I got to adjust this window here. Hold on a minute. This
Oh, is
damn
it getting
sun is coming in.
bright?
It's hitting the TV.
Yeah, so the act of being yourself is to be true to yourself. Don't try to be something you're not. When you try that, you're basing a relationship already on a lie. You're starting on this foot that says, I could make millions of dollars. I don't know why I'm talking like Napoleon Dynamite, but I caught you a delicious pass. No, you didn't.
It sounds like a mafia guy, but
Yeah,
anyway.
I know.
Yeah. Well, they tell you to be authentic, right? And so
Right.
you go, be yourself. Yeah, but you're thinking to yourself, but I want to be better than that. Right?
Okay, you could be on your best behavior
Yeah.
in terms of a date.
No, but you can't really be better than yourself. You really have to be yourself. And 3 months down the line, if you're still with this woman, it's all going to come out anyway. You might as well start right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And be yourself.
Right. I went to jail for 5 years for stupidity. I don't know.
Do you want to talk about it, Zen?
No, I did not go to jail for 5 years. I did one night. That was it.
Oh, that's all, just one night?
I
Oh.
was voted best convict of the day.
You were?
Yes.
So that means that they don't beat you up for like a whole week?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, what do you get for that?
They let nothing. They let you go.
They let
He's
you
not
go.
worth beating.
Oh, I see. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
No, but you're right. Being authentic is a huge benefit to where you're going to be. You know,
Yeah.
one of the things that I talked about in a recent discussion with people was that we are never exactly who we think we are, and we are never exactly the same person. It's as if every day you assemble yourself and that's who you are. And to recognize that, to be authentic and be cognizant of who you are. I mean, think of it like horses. They know when you're being ingenuine or being
Yeah.
being
Or they
distrustful.
know when you're
They
afraid.
can smell it.
They can smell fear.
Yeah, they
Yes.
smell the fear
Yes.
and they'll bolt.
Yeah. 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 And bolt for you guys that don't know what the fuck that is, that means it runs off really fast at a gallop.
Right,
And
right.
you go bouncing on the back of the horse and then you fall off, which is about like 6 feet high.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been on
Yeah.
a lot of horses, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what
that is.
happens. Luckily, I have not galloped on a horse, I just say. But,
Okay.
no, I have not. But anyway, being yourself is really all you have. Think about that. In the end, all the posing and the cologne you use or the car you drive,
The
all
money you say you
that
make.
outside stuff, it's all secondary. The primary stuff is right in here. It's the way you express your heart and your brain. That's where it's at. And that's all you have. So when I say being yourself is all you have, I don't really mean it like that, because
Right.
it is you're perfect already the way you are. You
Okay.
don't need to
Okay.
have all this other shit.
So what if you, in the depth of your being, because women are not finding men attractive because of the toxicity.
And that
So-
comes from the inside.
And that comes
Yeah.
from the inside. And so what if there's that part of you? I mean, do you go ahead and say, go ahead and be racist, go ahead and be misogynist?
No.
No. But then are you being inauthentic?
Well, what I think that you could be authentic by letting out the best parts of you, and then
Okay.
what do you do with the bad parts?
You're working on
you
them.
go to a men's group and you
Right.
work on them with inner
Yeah.
work
Exactly.
and with other guys. So they give you feedback and they're like, "Hey, asshole, you can't say that. You can't act that way. No one's gonna like you if you act that way.
Right.
And here's our reflection for you, and here's our advice for you on how you can, be better." And oftentimes, what happens in a group is you'll have homework. You'll have like challenges that you'll have to do in the next 2 weeks before the next meeting, where you get
Okay.
and you try to work on those challenges and get better. And over a period of months and years, you do get better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no quick answer.
There's no quick answer. No.
Right. That's true.
So, how long I was in group since 1983, off and on.
Wow.
This is a long time.
Yeah, yeah. And did you learn more from other people or learn about yourself by saying things that you didn't even realize that you...
I did. I ended up confessing things about myself that I hadn't even really fully thought about when I was
Right.
alone.
Right.
Even.
Yeah, that's big.
And then they go, "Oh, tell us more about that." And I go, "Well,
I don't really
I'm
want to
kind
talk
of
about
learning
it.
on the fly,
Yeah,
right?"
yeah. Hey, I just figured this out myself.
Yeah,
Don't...
give me a little while, and I'll come back if it's something. But what happens is, if you're with a bunch of guys face to face, like Zen and I are here now face to face with you, you learn from other men. And this is the way we are as social animals. We're a bunch of monkeys running around, I mean, we're social animals. We can't just learn everything from a screen, right?
But I don't think
You
that's exclusive. I think you can learn from women too, and learn to
Oh,
read
yeah.
them as humans, and find out more about yourself by their reaction to you.
Oh, sure.
Obviously I didn't say the right thing, What was it about that thing that was wrong for her? Because to me, everybody's got a problem. Everybody's got their own set of life challenges and things like that.
Sure.
And to if you trigger somebody, you know, it isn't just their problem. It's also your problem if you want to care about them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, so find out, think about that. What was it that really set her off, or shut her down, or pissed
Yeah.
her off, or you
Right.
know,
Right.
whatever. And don't say that it's all because of me or all because of her. It's two people are a relationship. I'm sure, as you know, being married, there's three people in your relationship. There's you, your partner, and the relationship itself. You know, to me, that is something that's like society. You know, that is something where you make some adjustments because to yourself, because the relationship requires it, not because she is demanding it or you are being stupid or any of those things.
This is a good point.
But the
Yeah.
relationship itself is a ball that you both carry.
Yeah. Well, this is really good, guys. So if you want to be in a long-term relationship where you don't have a series of girlfriends your whole life, what they call serial monogamy, which most guys do, they do.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I
No,
did
no,
for
no,
many
no, no,
years.
no. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this one I don't like. I'm gonna go on to the next one. They'll be better, and then the next one. And it turns out that there isn't one that's perfect for you because you have to do your inner work too in order to have
Right.
the relationship.
Right.
And so in my second marriage, I've been married twice. In my second marriage, I made the decision early on, and I was in my 40s at that, so I knew something then, you know.
Right.
I made the decision, and so did my wife, that the first thing when we get into an argument, the first thing that's most important is the relationship. It's the love.
Right.
That's first. Because, you know, you can forget about what your squabbles are about in a week or two or a day, even an hour. You can forget about what you fought about.
Right.
But the love part can get hurt if you continue to argue all the time without, you know, taking care for the relationship.
Right. Right. The relationship is its own sort of entity.
It
I don't
is.
want to call it that, but
Ooh, it's
yeah.
a ghost.
Ah!
Oh! No, that's not.
Oh, you are not
Yeah.
prepared to listen to the relationship.
Oh, look, it's the ghost of relationships past.
No.
There it
Oh,
is.
let's not go there.
Oh, Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't
Yeah,
know all
yeah.
this. You're too young. Yeah.
My cousin, she was very happy not being married.
Yeah.
She had had a relation. She had had a marriage, and it just didn't work out. And I don't need to go into why or whatever. But she was a professional. She was a nurse.
Okay.
She had all the things that she needed, and then Ed came along. Ed was younger than her, slightly, not by a whole lot,
Mm-hmm.
but he fell for her, just ton of bricks. And it was, she said, you know, I'm not really ready, you know, that sort of thing. I don't want a commitment and that sort of thing. He said, and he meant what he said, I am committed to the commitment of marrying you. And to him, and she understood. I mean, they were far enough along in a dating relationship to
Yeah.
understand. Okay, I can go along with that because you are committed to the relationship and not just falling in love with
Oh, that's
me.
interesting. So he was able to convince her in the end because he wasn't making it a personal judgment on her. He was saying the relationship is it.
Right, exactly. And they're still married and they have two beautiful kids.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
So that's an interesting distinction. This is getting into, this is not 101 relationships here, guys. This is more like, you know, if you're in college, it's 103. It's higher level stuff.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so
I haven't
you know.
taken 102.
Well, I mean, a lot of guys, they're afraid to get married, so they're dating.
Oh,
and, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But the idea of getting married is interesting in the sense of what Zen just said, because well, why do people get married? Oh, it's because of the kids. But part of it is also because you have a certain commitment to go through some of the difficult stuff. I mean, there's difficult,
Yeah.
really difficult stuff where it's stuff that comes up inside of you that maybe when you were a kid with your parents that really made you angry that you've been stuffing inside. It comes out when you're in a close relationship with someone.
Right. Oh yeah.
It comes out.
Whether
And it's nasty sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be.
It can be. But then it's also beautiful. That's the other part. That's where the relationship feeds you. Because it's not always something you have to take care of.
Okay.
It also feeds you. It gives you what you
Right.
need.
What are some practical tips then to be able to focus on the relationship while in that relationship? It's hard sometimes to see the ocean you're swimming in.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
that's called witnessing.
Okay.
So you witness yourself and your behavior. You learn that in men's group too.
Okay.
So here I go again. I've got this trance that I have, and that's trance is just a fancy word for like a conditioned response you learned when you were a kid, and it's like, oh, I get angry if somebody does that to me. I get triggered, right?
Right.
Well, that's because Dad did it to me, right? That's a trance.
Right.
If you witness yourself, what you do is you start to separate yourself from your personal foibles, your personal fears, your personal
Right.
trances, your personal conditioning, and you realize, oh, there I go, I'm doing that again. And you can get 1 foot out of your trance. You start to realize that you can witness yourself doing it, and then you can get out of it.
Right.
Or you won't make somebody else's worse. If they're arguing with you can give them some space and sit back and let them go through it, and then when they're finished, then you can talk.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you learn a lot of these things as you get older. And we live in a very individualistic society. It's very me-oriented. It's very competitive. It's very egoistic. It's very material, money, right? So guy and a girl get together, and the first thing the guy says is, well, she's not giving me enough sex, or she isn't doing what I asked her to do. Or these are all these things that are sort of like my way or the highway kind of ideas. And I'm going to get rid of it. I'll find somebody else who'll do that for me. Well, chances are you won't. You're going to have to give in some. You're going to have to let go of some of your ego and some of your preconceived ideas of how things are in order to get the goodies from a relationship.
Goodies,
well, I don't mean
no. No, to reap the rewards of a relationship.
Yeah.
A relationship, isn't just her, it's both of you.
Yeah. Now, what are some of those rewards then? Not the obvious one, but other ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the obvious rewards are, for me, it's learning about myself.
Oh, you really went nuanced with that one.
Well, the reward of being a better person
Right there.
because of knowing myself better. The reward of you talk about that, take one step back. Pretty soon you're taking a second step back and looking at, why am I doing this, or why did I even come up with that idea?
Yeah.
And then that third step is, I don't have to.
Yeah, I've been doing that my whole life.
Yeah, and I like to think of thoughts, and especially negative thoughts, but thoughts in general, as you're next to a highway and there's cars going by, and some of them are taxis. You don't have to take a taxi. A thought comes by, you don't have to engage to it and take it to its logical conclusion.
Let it go by.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just recognize that, oh yeah, that's a taxi and that's interesting, and I could go there maybe
It'll
for a
take
while.
me somewhere.
It'll take me somewhere.
But maybe I don't want to go there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, one of the things I've done in my life is spiritualism, and it's different from religion because you don't have a bunch of people telling you you're going to go to hell and priests chasing the altar boys everywhere. So it's good in that sense. It doesn't have much structure, right?
Right.
It's just you and the universe. One of the things they taught in some spiritual schools is it's like thoughts are like clouds. They go by, and you don't have to sit there and look at each one. You go about your day, You know, you don't have to describe each one, or if you want to, you could look at them and you could say that looks like a mouse or a elephant or something,
Right. Or
right?
a dog being chewing on a rabbit's tail.
Or yeah, or you just don't do anything at all with it, and you let the cloud pass by. So
Well,
all thoughts don't have to be followed like a little terrier,
right, right,
you know?
right. And I think a lot of the spirituality of that is done about thoughts. I mean, I took TM, so I
Transcendental meditation.
transcendental meditation, so I saw it in a visual sense of, from the unconscious ocean of potential thoughts or unconsciousness
Yeah,
that I have,
yeah,
they bubble up and I let them pop. Okay,
yeah.
don't link yourself to any one thought
Right.
that won't benefit you.
But this is also presupposing
Okay.
that you're having thoughts. Because if you're on Instagram all the time, you're looking at other people's thoughts, other people's lives. They set this plastic life up for you that's better than yours, and then they're trying to make you like it so they can make money on it. You know, think about
Right.
it, guys. This is stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Just living vicariously through somebody else.
Yeah.
A guy who, he's got the the fast race car. I bet that would be cool.
Yeah.
Would it?
Yeah.
Would it? Do you have the money for insurance on it? Do you
Yeah.
want to have to repair it?
Yeah.
They're getting it from daddy probably.
And then when you wrap it around a tree and you're getting speared by your own steering column, that's not really that great.
That could suck.
Yeah, yeah,
That could
right.
definitely
Yeah.
suck.
I mean, one of those elite global soccer players, making millions of dollars. He was in his Lamborghini and crashed it on a highway and flipped it like 20 times. They both died. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just tragic. The kind of
Well,
look. I know what testosterone does, and I know what
Yeah.
your desire to have adventure. Everybody wants adventure. Zen and I had adventure when we were young, and we still have some now. And but you can't just live for that all the time.
Right. It's not all dopamine hits.
Right.
It's
It's a balance.
and there's a lot of beauty out there if you just look for it. I mean, to take a walk, you know, go out and just look at shit. Don't try to judge anything. Just see how the world works.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
like Zen goes around town here in Asheville, and he looks at graffiti on walls,
I
and
would,
it changes all the time. Guys are putting all kinds of messages on walls, right?
right, right. And the thing about it is you learn that there's a hierarchy there. There's rules to it. If you're going to tag a place, you better make that tag better than the tag that was before.
Okay. Yeah.
And it better not be an OG, somebody who has, really made their mark. You want to be all city, you want to be everywhere, and so your tag is everywhere, and just but you're right. It is meant to be temporary.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know why I got off on
Well,
that.
the
but-
whole
Yeah.
adventure thing is a big thing for young men because look, they're trying to find adventure on the road and they're killing themselves in cars or road rage or whatever or motorcycles, or there's adventure in the military, or there's adventure and stuff like that I don't really recommend those things because you can die from them.
Yeah.
Just because something is more dangerous than something else doesn't make it better adventure. So, for instance, like I've done stuff that somewhat dangerous, but it was adventuresome. I sailed a boat 600 miles through the Bahamas as a captain. I've been diving at night off Mexico. I went in a balloon once over Mexico. I've done stupid stuff like turn off my lights in a Porsche in the middle of the night driving through South Florida and the farm fields for a little while.
Yeah.
Not very long.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend doing some of that, but the adventure that you want is important, but it's got to be tempered by a certain amount of self-awareness, Right?
Yeah, and that brings up the point that what we as humans are like a lot. It's the roller coaster effect.
Yeah.
It's understanding that there's safety, but it's also dangerous.
Yeah.
And that balance, of
Can mean your life.
it can mean your life. And people have died on roller coasters. Don't get me wrong.
And they've died diving.
And they've died diving.
Scuba
at night.
diving. Yeah.
At night. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, there's different animals out at night. But anyway, I can't go into all that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and me doing demolition derby.
That's crazy.
It was fun to do, but it was within a scope of I mean, there were firemen there.
And you wore a helmet.
And I wore a helmet, and we knocked all the glass out of the car. We bought $100 car, knocked all the glass out, wired up the doors.
That's pretty cool.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But there was a level of security, and security and adventure are two pieces of the puzzle. Remember, security is also being held down. Security is also immovable. Security is
also
safe.
Being too afraid to do the things you want to do.
To do the things you want to do.
Yeah, all right.
Find a safe way to do the things you want to do.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Way better.
There's a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah.
So we're getting to the end of this one here because I know that you guys have a short attention span because you're on the fucking computer all the time. So, all I can say is put down your phone for a while and talk to people. Put down your phone for a while and daydream like Zen and I did back in the 70s. Daydreaming, you can look it up. There's a study on it in Harvard around daydreaming. You guys look at tits and crypto all the time on your phones. Look at something that's going to do you good. Look up what daydreaming can do. If you put down your phone, you start thinking without looking at other people's stuff. What's your life like? Think about what you like, what you want your life to be, right?
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Daydreaming is important. I have an engineer mind, so I daydream about, how things, putting two things that don't match together and see what would that be, or daydream about my own desires to, to make a better political world or, whatever. It's good to use your imagination.
Imagination.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Zen is an electronic wizard. He made, okay, check this out, guys. He made one of these little model cars that runs on the floor, right? Well, it had a head on it of a dolly, like a girl's dolly, glued on. And it would talk to you and go around the floor and say funny stuff to you, like
little sayings and that sort of thing. Actually, the front end didn't have wheels. I glued the arms on, so it kind of flapped around like this.
I haven't seen them.
So yeah, I even named it Bebo.
Bebo.
Yeah.
Ah.
So Bebo would say strange things, but anyway. Yeah, so, when you daydream, you come up with things that maybe aren't, and just like a thought that doesn't do you any good, you discard it. But sometimes those things come together and it's like, man, if I had one of those, or how would I make one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's useful.
Yeah.
Like, that's how people come up with apps.
Right.
That are wonderful.
Or, like the time, just the time when you're going to sleep, or the time if you're just about to take a nap, and you're real quiet, and your mind you're not thinking as much, which is super important. Well, there's other stuff on James and the Juice about thinking, but so your mind is starting to go down, and you're not thinking as much, and you're not thinking about all the stuff you did, or all the stuff you saw on the internet. You're just sort of like getting into dreamland, right? And then all of a sudden something happens. You can't explain it. It happens, and it's like you think, that person that I met, I'll bet you I could do something with them and maybe start a business with them or something. They're really cool.
Something
or this idea,
out of the blue.
Out of the blue that you never would have gotten if you were, flipping your phone and scrolling and then falling asleep and you're dropping your phone on your head.
Flipping your phone, you're going to only find other people's.
You're going to find other people's stuff. And you know what that does?
Daydreams.
For happiness, if you want to be happy, comparing yourself to others, especially if others have made up these lives and they're putting it on
Yeah.
the internet.
Even if not.
Yeah, even if not, you're comparing yourself to other people is a real short road to unhappiness.
Right.
Because, working on yourself breeds the kind of contentment that you get for long-term sustainable happiness.
Right. And if you learn to see other people and not judge, good or bad, you start to have your own lack of self-judgment.
Yeah,
your
right.
own, it is what I am like that, and that's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you get to accept yourself more. And then when you're out on a date, you've already accepted yourself. You know what? She knows that.
Yeah.
She knows it. And she's going, oh, this guy's comfortable with himself. What's going on here?
Yeah.
He's different.
Right.
That's what's going on.
He smells manly.
Yeah. He's he's okay with himself. He must be strong inside.
Or maybe he's gay.
He might be
But
gay.
I like that.
But I'll ask that question next
Yes.
over dessert.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I want to find out more about this guy.
Yes.
That's the key.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so it's been 40 minutes, so you guys are already off looking at tits.
Thanks for listening.
They're already off looking at tits and crypto. So anyway, James and the Juice, that's where you get more of this. Bye.